Welcome to Roast My Ride. You've submitted your bikes to us and asked us to roast them. Apparently we are too nice, so this time we're gonna rinse them.
Flames. Why are you laughing? What's funny?
Flames. First up, we have a bike from Jack.
He says, "Hi team, I built this bike up after emailing the podcast last year asking about what aluminium frame to buy and build up that doesn't cost the earth. On a subsequent pod, Jimmy recommended Cads. Cannondale Cads. It's a £112 CAD 9 eBay find. That is a bargain.
112.
It's repainted with some decals to look like a CAD 3 Team Seiko bike. Should we have a look at the picture? Woo, baby.
Sick as sick can be.
How-
It's so good.
how-
We're not.
How are we going to roast that?
You can't, can you? It's literally like one of the coolest modern race bikes that you can get.
So he's running Campag Chorus 11 speed, prime carbon aero bars and 50mm wheels, Salitalia SLR kit Carbonio saddle, light bike carbon seat post and aluminium stem, GP5000 tyres with TPU tubes, mountain bike SPD pedals. Maybe I lose points on this, but so convenient.
No, win points.
Win points.
You gain points for SPDs.
There's a video that I filmed, and I'm not sure if it's gone live yet, where I explicitly say I never want to ride road shoes again. If you ever catch me in road shoes, I'm...
Punch you. Just punch you in the face. Yeah.
Don't punch me.
No, do. Look, this is meant to be an aggressive video where we're just roasting things. Well, we're going to roast Francis. Road shoes on Francis. If you see it happen, punch him.
No, you...
Don't actually punch Francis, please. Thank you.
All in all, this cost £1,930 and it floats on the road. Is it raining a lot where you are? Come on, we've got to find something that's bad about this bike.
Aero bars. That's like a super... It's a modern race bike, but it's an old-fashioned modern race bike. You know, it's not lugged, it's aluminium, it's round tubes, it's...
I love how... we've got to be aggressive. I love how straight the top tube is.
It's so straight!
No drop seat stays. There's something about that aesthetic, isn't it, that just makes it look beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely mint. I don't know how he's managed to get the paint job to look that good. Has he maybe powder coated it and then put new graphics on it or something? I don't know. It looks so good. $2,000 is obviously a lot of money, but that is such a good bike.
I've got a roast.
Oh yeah, go on.
Tan walls are the wrong colour. They look like my coffee this morning. Just not enough milk.
Yeah.
Some more milk needs to be added to the tan walls for them to be perfect. That also, if you put like those specialized turbo cottons that are almost yellow, which would be almost the same yellow as the Cannondale logo, that would be so cool.
I think because of the yellow logos and the red frame, it shouldn't have tan walls at all. It should be black wheels.
Yeah, black or
tires even.
Yellow ones.
Glad to see a really good OG Campag group set. That is such a good group set.
Excellent rear light. We are sponsored by Garmin.
The only thing I personally would not want on that bike is those aero handlebars, the flat top ones. I would put a more older fashioned round top handlebar.
With a more compact drop.
Yeah.
That would be my preference. But, bike fits, it's a personal thing, and perhaps he likes resting his hands on the top of those things.
Which you can also do on round ones.
Yes, and it'll cut into your hands less.
Yes. All those damn razor sharp flat top aero bars. This is a bad start to Roast My Ride.
This is a terrible start. What are we going to do, Jimmy?
So maybe we can make it a bit more aggressively bad by going, F you, Jack, for having such a good bike. Damn you, bastard. Damn you.
Next up, we have a bike from Why have I been stitched up with this, with the reading?
Meringian.
That's a sick surname as well.
Oh no, yeah. If that was an M rather than an N. If it was Van der
Boom! Next we have a bike from Mern Van der Boom. Sorry. Hello guys and girl, I got one for you to roast. Is it still a thing? Yes, we're doing an episode now after like 6 months of not doing it. Project 12 Cycle Works, the biggest bicycle hub in Widgen, made this frame for me and I collected all the parts and got building. I really like it and that's all that matters. True. It's not one for racing, but it's comfortable. And because I'm so slow, I can enjoy where I ride a bit longer. Want to know anything else? I guess we didn't email them back. We'd love to know more. If you could email us back right now. Thanks for the podcast, by the way. Really enjoyed them. Thank you for watching them.
Now let's smash your bike to bits.
It's going to be another hard one to smash.
Who put this list together?
Very
this
practical,
is outrageous.
Very
That's
practical.
So good.
Excellent. Look at those. Look at the lugs. That's gorgeous. I wouldn't choose that choice of green. Also, it's very hard to spot because you've taken it on a background of lush green grass and the frame is lush green grass colour.
Okay, I have two colour-related things. Two colour-related things I'm not a fan of. Again, we've got tan wall tyres, which I like in the right application, but I think the colour is too close to the gold fenders, which are unbelievably amazing and super, super cool.
And the shifter hoods kind of match them.
Oh yeah, that matches that. So the other thing I was going to say is the saddle bars and hoods are all different tones. And for me, basically, hoods, tape, and saddle, always black for me. That's just how I like to do things.
Whereas this is more patchwork.
Yes,
but
it is.
I think
it works. It works.
I think they have embraced that.
I love all of the chrome in there. That is absolutely mint. And I would typically
on a sunny day like that, it's bling, bling, look, bling, bling, bling,
bling,
bling.
That is a cool bike.
There's some fancy crank going on there as well.
Is it middle burn maybe?
I can't
or is
tell.
It
No, the photo's not the
it might
highest
be an
quality.
Because those fenders might be orange Velo ones as well.
They're not orange, it's chrome. These Gravel Kings, so I've ridden an iteration of these tyres and I actually had a completely fine time. I've heard previous versions come pre-punctured. They're that bad. But the ones I bought, I got them on Amazon, they were absolutely fine.
I'm massively into fenders, especially good quality metal ones. I love all of the bling on it. I love that it's got a hardwired front light. I'd like to see a hardwired rear light. Maybe there is one. Yep, there is one as well. Absolutely mint. It looks comfortable. It looks practical. It looks good. I quite like the green. I like it a lot.
I like the rear mounting of his bag as well.
Yeah, me too.
That's sort of...
Don't say aero. Please don't say aero.
No, I wasn't going to say aero.
Good. Take the least aero bike and tuck it away underneath you so it's more aero.
It's a clever little rack and it's proof you don't need to buy things like a tail fin to carry your stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that solution is a lot cheaper. Maybe you can't carry as much weight, but cool. They're very turquoise bags. If we're roasting, which we are, they're very turquoise bags.
Do it aggressive. Redo it.
They're very turquoise bars. Bags.
The damn turquoise bars that aren't there. Yeah, personal preference. There's a lot of colours going on. I personally like stuff to be all black. The most boring thing in the world.
Is there dynamo going on there?
Yes.
There
must be with those lights. Yeah. What are the brakes? They're mechanical discs.
That is awesome. Though they're like
posh ones.
Good ones.
Yeah.
That probably work better than anything we've ridden.
Flat pedals. It's great. Oh wait there, are we not supposed to be given a rate, like a number rating?
Oh, we've got to rewind to the first bike.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Agreed. Back to the green one. They're getting a 7.5.
I was thinking 7. Mm-hmm. I really, really like that bike. Mm-hmm. I have to be critical about things. We've been a bit critical, but I do like it a lot. It is excellent. It's such a good bike.
Let's hope.
Wasn't our model that's essentially 5?
5 is a specialised venge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which upsets people so much.
It's not my fault. You bought a 5. Next up is a bike from George. My first carbon bike. Cannondale Super 6 Evo 105. Vel R50 wheels. Pretty standard, but looks cool and does the job. Bonus Sigma shipped with save and... Hang on, what?
I think this is saying he's bought it from Sigma Sports, which is a UK-based shop, and the one that he's ended up with has got the fully integrated bar rather than a more traditional stem and handlebar.
Yes.
Because that system, because it was like System 6 was their big aero thing, and I think the bar is the system bar, presumably. Again, we've got amber walls. That's 3 in a row.
This is a throwback to 2015, where neon high-vis was
everywhere.
Chic, yeah. And it was always like Team Felt. There's like a saddleback sponsored team called Team Felt that we always used to race against, basically our rivals. And they like fluoro, black and fluoro was the thing. They would be
very happy
with that bike. I think it's very cool. Very, very cool.
It's surprising how good that looks. Because if someone said to me, do you want a fluoro bike? I would go back to the days that I had the orange-yellow Specialized LA Sprint, and I would go, I never want something that loud ever again in my life, ever. But I think probably because it doesn't have loads of branding on it, and apart from the amber walls, it's super black everything. It looks great. Again,
you go back to the coffee analogy of the tan walls, though. They're too light.
But I think if they were any darker, I would instantly say they need to not be on that bike because they would clash with that frame colour. They're almost white, they look like in that. Actually, white walls, that'd be kind of cool. It's like one of those old
For the first day.
Yeah. Didn't Chris
That's
Chris
the problem
Hall?
with those, and like the Vittorias that are basically creamy colour and then they go brown after one ride.
Did you see our mate Chris Hall's bike when he had fully white tyres on his bike?
Oh, how long did they last?
Well, he probably didn't ride it. We need to roast it.
Come on,
there's only one bottle! How are you going to survive the summer? Cannondale's bar ends.
Why did you say it weird?
Because I was trying to process the information. Cannondale's bar ends are not very attractive. It's not a deal breaker because no one cares. But I'm trying to find something. I'm trying to find something.
I appreciate the effort, Jimmy. I appreciate the effort.
Oh, he's got road pedals on. No, we're not about road pedals. Desperate times.
It's another high-scoring bike because it is. I love one colour frame, and it almost is, except for that tiny. Okay, points down for that little black piece at the back. Yeah, points down. 1 point off from 10.
Not seat stay. That's what it is. Seat
Removing other things, the crank could be cooler looking. 1 more point off.
FSA. It'll be an FSA
Yeah,
crank.
it will be.
Yeah. Do they own FSA? Because they do loads of stuff with FSA, don't they? I'm assuming Pom Group own FSA, which is why it's got that on it. Val Wheels. Do we know anything about Val Wheels?
That is Sigma Sports' own brand of wheels.
Would you like a set of wheels that have been developed by a bike shop that just sell off the peg bikes, or a bike brand that have an engineering background in developing wheels made out of carbon fibre?
It's a valid point. I have never had hands-on experience with Vela wheels, however, so I think we should give them the benefit of the doubt.
Fair.
Maybe they're incredible.
Mm-hmm. They could be.
They could be better if they were 80 mil deep on that bike.
That's very deep.
Yeah, well, I want 80 mil deep wheels on all of my bikes.
80?
Yeah.
80?
Yeah. I want that.
Yeah, that's cool. I do miss the...
Exactly. So minus 1 point for not having 80 mil wheels. No, because then we have to apply it to all of it. 8 out of 10. Another nice bike.
Yeah,
Another nice bike!
I'll go with 8 out of 10 as well!
Next up, we have a bike from David, who says, great channel, loved your USA touring videos. They get me through long days of working from home. I'm glad you're watching our videos instead of doing work. I took up cycling last year to do some gentle gravel touring. Second-hand purchase for £170, I present to you my Planet X London Road SRAM Rival group set. I've added flat pedals and Panaracer Gravel King SK tyres. I look at dream bikes every day like a Fairlight Seacan, but this bike has got me off my sofa and riding for a relatively tiny cost. It does everything I need it to do. I'm 16 stone. Saving 500 grams on a fancy frame isn't going to make a dent in my average speeds. Very valid point. Would love to see my ride roasted. It's a fairly bland bike, but I think it's great value and an entry point into getting outdoors. Keep up the good work, David.
Right, so my first thoughts are £170 and it's got Rival. That is possibly bargain of the century, David. You have absolutely landed here.
It is. I was just reading without listening to what I was reading. And that's the full bike for 170 quid.
That is bargain of the century.
David.
You have done very well, my friend.
So we've got gravel tyres. The colours are matched.
Amber walls again. Every single one has been amber walls. This is
Put this
insane.
list together.
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on.
It's obviously in bike packing mode, so you would expect there to be more going on.
Oh, sick. He's got a rear mud guard which protects him from mud, but the person behind will get splattered in the face.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Well, yeah. If you're evil.
Yeah.
Like you.
Exactly.
Blue bar tape, blue bottles, and blue pedals.
Flat pedals, which I'm very happy to see.
This is, I mean, you know, you got to use whatever works.
What's your opinion on those things?
Like I always...
You need to roast them.
I always like to mention, there is a guy who does the national 24-hour TT every year on flat pedals who does extremely, extremely well. So perhaps we've all got it wrong and we shouldn't be riding clips. But I don't know. Personally, I end up putting my foot in the wrong place. So I'm not a fan. I wonder what's in that red circle at the front. And I wonder
it's just full of more red circles. Just like all lined up. What's
written on that piece of paper behind his front wheel? This iteration of SRAM double tap can be problematic. You've got to be very careful with the setup. And then you end up shifting gears and then you get to the end of your cassette. But often if it's not set up absolutely spot on, it will let you still push and click the lever. And then it ends up shifting to a harder gear instead of an easier gear, which is what you want to stay in. And then you fall off because you're on a 26% climb.
I think there's maybe two things David can consider. It is mechanically operated, so the frame bag is fixed around the down tube. That, in theory, if it's causing some friction with the cable, might affect the gear change, so just have a look at that, but I'm sure it's fine. The thing that you definitely could change to get it a bit more user-friendly, however, you don't need to, is you could get a side-mounted bottle cage for that down tube bottle so that it's not interfering with the frame bag above it.
Do you think that's optimal position, or he has in fact raised his stem and put it at the top of all of the spaces to fit in the red circles? But the red circles might be really important to take with you on trips where you need to, like, I don't know, put circles up on the wall, whatever.
Yeah, scare off enemies. Do you think he rides this with blue face paint on like Braveheart? Naked? Well, maybe not naked, like in a kilt.
Well, he painted blue as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just face paint, it's full body paint, but Braveheart's wearing more clothes over the top so you just never see.
And then he's also got he pulls his red circles out.
They're very sharp. It's like Oddjob.
Yeah. I guess the negative here is stop attacking people in your blue body paint and your red circles when you're out riding your bike, you lunatic. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
There's nothing wrong with that bike.
It's a big you to Big Pedal as well.
Big Pedal.
Next up, we have a bicycle from Mark. He says, hello, please rate or roast my ride. You're getting roasted. I recently started watching Cade Media and I love the channel. It would be an honour for my bike to be featured. It's a size 51 Ritchey Road Logic disc. Shimano 105 hydraulic, 5034 crank, Ultegra rear derailleur, Ritchey parts, 80mm stem from his old bike, 40mm Evo curve handlebar, passe bar tape, carbon wheel set 50mm deep. I forgot the brand.
All right, so don't look at it.
Yeah.
Based on what we've just been shown,
yeah,
that description, I know this is going to be nearly a 10 out of 10.
Annoyingly, yeah.
You know from that description, it's going to be so high up. And yes, it is. But it's another amber wall tyre. What is going on? I love the splash of pink. The green, the British racing green frame is absolutely fantastic. The amber wall works amazing with it. Little splashes of chrome. That is a fucking blinder. I want to ride that bike. Even the bottle cages are mint.
This reminds me of your Moss bike.
It's in that space, isn't it?
This but way more usable because it's disc brake.
And it can fit tyres that are bigger than 25.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like those carbon wheels as well. They've got a funny, you can see it's like scribbles underneath.
This is not going well. We should just rate this and move on. There is not a single thing I can pull wrong with that bike.
I want to. Do you remember a previous episode where we were deciding whether we want to ride the bike? That's a definite want to ride. I want to feel what that feels to ride.
Wait there. I think I can pull a negative. Yes. Okay. If I was going to buy a bike like that, I would categorically want it to have mudguard mounts as well. So there's my negative. God damn it! You bought a bike that's useless because it doesn't have mudguard mounts. 9.5 out of 10.
Next up, we have a bike from Matt. He says, "Here's my Quirk Mountor."
I know Quirk.
Figure Jimmy will like it. Who's
I like Quirk.
Figure Jimmy.
Figure Jimmy, it's me.
It's like an action figure that you buy.
Can I get
a stretch one?
That's what I want for Secret Santa. I want you to get me as an action figure in a little vacuum sealed pack as well, like Small Soldiers. Have you seen Small Soldiers before your time?
Yeah. No, I was actually on eBay looking how much the original Small Soldier toys cost.
What do you mean by original? As in the ones that are alive?
Yeah. Figure Jimmy will like it, as it's got SRAM axis on it. It's with a wide range cassette. It's steel and runs 32C tyres currently, but it's got room for 38s. Fantastic. It was originally meant to be a bit more modest as a build, but I did it during lockdown and there was a fair bit of slope creep as the time it took blew out a bit due to part shortages. Rob was a legend to deal with throughout and the bikes have been an absolute pleasure to ride. For clarity here, Quirk Cycles is run by a friend of ours called Rob Quirk.
I guess for complete clarity, he doesn't know that we're going to talk about one of his bikes.
No, he doesn't. But if he's watching this, hi Rob.
He's definitely not watching it.
I messaged him the other day saying I miss him.
Oh. Yeah. I do. Rob's one of those people that when you're just around, you're just like, oh, I just want to have a little cuddle.
Have you ever had a hug from him?
They're amazing, aren't they? It's something. He just has a warmth, isn't he?
Yeah. As with most of Rob's bikes, the paint jobs are. Does he use? Fat Creations, maybe.
He uses whoever is the best painter at the moment.
Whoever the king of painting is has done this bike.
The painting is always astronomically expensive, but unbelievable. It's like art bikes, isn't it? Francis?
Look at the chainstays at the back. How nice that is. There isn't like there's a little bridge sometimes. I guess historically for rim brakes, that's where you'd attach the rim brake to, but you don't need it. It looks so clean.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a point that he was 3D printing titanium lugs. So I'm willing to bet that shape is possible because at the top of those stays is that you can actually see it. There is a lug that it's sitting in, but like a modern one.
I thought that was
one.
Frame protection. You know, you put a clear wrap on the frame.
No,
that's the lug.
That's the like 3D printed lug, which allows this kind of like bowed seat stay.
That is so sick that a builder of Rob's, I mean, he's well legit and an extremely good bike builder, but he's small business, isn't it? One-man band, works out of a smallish workshop in London, is 3D printing parts and then putting them all into the face. So cool. It's so cool.
So I've had a closer look, and as a continuation from the previous bike that we looked at, this bike has clearance for tyres that I'm happy with. It is absolutely beautiful, and it has fender mounts. So it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I hate to say it because I know Rob, and I don't want to blow smoke up his asshole, but that's a perfect bike.
Have we been swayed by Rob's hugs? I'm crying. I've got tears in my eyes. So much I love Rob.
No, you meant to say how much you love the bike.
I mean the bike, yeah.
Let's find something negative about it. This is a rich person's bike. That is a lot of money for that bike. And I want that caliber of bike to be accessible to everyone. And unfortunately it isn't. But that doesn't stop it from being absolutely fantastic. The worst roast my ride ever.
They get worse every time.
Yeah. If anything, you should roast us. You should roast our roasting ability in the comments of our Roast My Ride. Just fill it up with roasts on us, and I will actually spend about 20 seconds of my time looking at those comments, so I will see some of those roasts of us. So go to town. Don't be rude though.
And don't punch me. Don't be rude. Next up, we have a bike from Zeva Artner.
That's a sick name.
That is a cool name. Here's my BMC Team Machine SLR01 from 2020. I bought it this year for an awesome price, recently switched the tubular Airstream wheels for a set of Pancho Rush 50 with clinchers, got a massive 130mm stem. Hope you like it. Very sensible to switch from your tubs, because they are not practical.
Tubs?
Imagine riding around with a spare tub in your back pocket.
I'm sure I've told you I did used to do that.
Yeah. Why did you have tubs?
Because I was racing.
I raced a lot more than you, and we never had tubs. Was that weird transition where it went from tubs to tubeless, and now loads of people use tubeless? I don't know.
You have done more bike races than me. However, I was racing triathlons and TT bikes.
So tubs was the way.
Tubs was the way. But because of that, I then put tubs on my road bike, because I had them anyway.
Yeah.
Then you'd pre-tape a tub, and electrical tape it to my seat post, and it would just live there.
Yeah, well, and hopefully stick on just enough to continue riding if you did get a puncture. Mm-hmm. Right, got you. His bar tape has been dipped.
In solid gold.
In solid gold. So it's another rich person's bike.
If that is solid gold, I'm all for it. If it isn't, it's not to my taste personally. I don't know why. I I'm not drawn to BMC bikes. There's something about them that they're just too angular. They're so modern. I like round.
Some of them are way worse than this. Some of the older ones, when they were rim brake, they were so angular. And this is an improvement, I think. I think it's quite a good looking frame. In the way, like, a Gibson Explorer is spiky. Or Dimebag Darrell from Pantera, you know, his guitar. I've already changed my mind because that's metal and BMCs are not metal in any
carbon.
way.
They're carbon. If the only gold on that bike was the BMC on the down tube, I'd be like, that's pretty sick. It's just a bit too busy for me. I think of BMC as being like fast bikes. I'd say they're quite clinical as a brand, aren't they? It's like, I want performance, therefore I should buy a BMC, and I'm going to be fast, and I'm going to be efficient, and I'm going to win races, whether that be in the triathlon TT space or roadie stuff. So I'm sure it's a great bike. For me, it doesn't have enough personality. GPs. It's got not amber tyres.
Yay! Plus points for that.
Yeah,
for being different from the crowd of people you didn't know existed in this video list.
I'm comfortable with a 7 out of 10 because if I was like, I want to ride fast today.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick that over a typical bike that I ride.
But then I would look down and go, oh, dippy bar tape. Next up, we have something from Tom, who says, please read the below before opening the picture. I'm submitting my son's bike for Rate My Ride.
Oh, so it'll be your size.
At its heart, it's an Isla bike Bain 20 large, raced through cyclocross and road. It rocks a SRAM 1x7 group set with flat bars and has a kickstand, so it can be admired from afar. It just isn't fast enough though. Taking inspiration from shipbuilding, we added a bulbous bow.
What is going on?
It helps ships in water. It's bound to be good for aero too, right?
Can I just say, you need to not show anyone watching this video the bike until after they've also experienced this how we're experiencing it. Everyone needs to hear this before they see it.
Why are we praying?
I'm just copying you.
Oh. As we all know, the colour makes the most difference, so it's been painted in Tour de France yellow. As the speed is now unreal, we had to stabilise the bike and restrict the angle at which the handlebars can move. We took this idea from Ribble. No, we took this idea and created an exoskeleton for further aero gains.
What is going on?
I think you'll now agree that this is no ordinary Isla bike. Open the picture.
What the hell has just happened?
Are we doing it?
What? What have they built? Is it a boat?
Overall, my kid was well chuffed and got third prize in the parade. Unfortunately, Pikachu is not waterproof because electric Pokemon. It currently is in the process of being dismantled. Are you going to keep the Pikachu?
I don't know, what are you asking?
If you need to dispose of the Pikachu, we have space for it.
Yeah, but it's going to be papier-mâché, so to remove it from the bike, it's going to be in bits.
We'll do it carefully.
Do it carefully and send it in to us, Tom.
It may make an appearance at our annual Santa CX charity ride. King regards, Tom.
I actually watched Detective Pikachu on the Turbo yesterday.
Sorry, third prize? What was first prize?
Godzilla. I've got a lot of time for that, to be honest. It's actually rideable as well. Apart from the turning challenges. Yeah. I love it a lot. It's had a lot of glory. It's already got a third place. I'm going to give it 2 out of 10 because it's not rideable. It's not rideable. I'm sorry, it's not.
Thank you for that absolutely electrifying bike. If you have submissions for Roast My Ride, send them to Rate My Ride at cademedia.co.uk. We would love to see them, even though our inbox is overflowing with them already. But one day we'll get around to doing it.
Do you think you can do a graphic of like water filling up on the screen?
Stop making me do graphics.
See you on the next one!